Hey guys, welcome back to our glorious republic. I'm gonna pause this really quick. I'm gonna start this video off by kind of recapping you on what we've got done so far, but we got a little bit of a emergency to deal with, and I want to talk about that, and I don't want time to run while I'm recapping you. Okay, so this is done. This is pretty nice. It looks pretty cool. I think from a helicopter's perspective or whatever, it kind of looks super nice to have a sort of a big open area there. We can see where all the water, the sewage is going to be processed, right? All the different sewage tanks that we build from this point forward will get funneled into this facility instead of going all the way that way, because it's very expensive to run additional pipes all the way out that way, right? We've got pipes done. I don't want to run any additional ones over that way, okay? So we're going to have everything else we do, is including all the way over here, all the buildings that'll be in this side, it'll all get funneled into that building now, right? So, go ahead and turn the UI back on. I got the worker count set to 0 here because I'm not currently sending chemicals here. I'm also really not sending any sewage here right now either. So it can handle a lot, and we're going to send it a lot, but not yet. All right. We can send the desired quality down to 77 though, because the water here is 77. You can tell that by going over to where the water wells and stuff are. Go to the sewer, go to the surface water outflow, and when you find a spot where it can allow you to place it, it'll tell you what the water quality is, and the water quality here is 77%. We do not need to purify the sewage that's coming in and make water that is better quality than what is already here, okay? So just send it in lower quality, which means you're going to use less chemicals to get there, and that's nice. Okay. Send ourselves down over here before I really unpause it and get going. Here's the arrangement I've got sorted out. We've got the different pump jacks and stuff that are optimally positioned. I do have a couple of things happening over here. This is a road depot, a free one. We've got a bulldozer and an excavator, just a single one, coming on over to here. I have no idea when they're going to arrive, but until they do, I can't do any flattening over here. And then we have a gas station right here that's going to just provide like a place for them to get refueled. And that gas station is being managed by this office. So they're going to make a trip over here. I have no idea where that truck is that's doing that, but it's going to make a trip over here. And it's going to do so in a really slow way because I've gone ahead and connected the dirt road on the side all the way out. I've connected to this little land bridge that's right here. And then they're going to go out that way and then over wherever they're going. I'm going to take and make this a slightly shorter trip for them, ever so slightly. And we're going to allow this dirt road to exist out to here. That'll make this a much shorter trip, because in actual fact they don't even have a way of getting from this side to this side. So chances are this truck is actually going like this, and that's no good. I think you can see that's no good. So we're gonna give them a little extra, give them a quicker trip here by doing that probably. And then why don't we just, because we can, kind of make this road. I can actually just make a different road here. Let's be only because I can. We're gonna do something like this. Let's go F4 here. Yeah, something like this, and then just all the way over to this side, like that. Okay. And now it's even shorter trip. All right. So hopefully that will help them get where they need to go. This does bring me to a point for the future, though. I think a way to drive across this would be a good idea. I don't really want a bridge, so we're gonna have to do tunnels. And it's not really that important, so I'm not gonna prompt the project yet. But I think that's probably what's gonna happen. We're probably gonna have a tunnel that connects this road, goes straight over, connects here, tunnel, and then connects to the highway like that. Oh, we haven't fully built the highway on this side yet, but I don't really want any roundabouts here. So the roundabout would probably be right by the tunnel on this side, and then they can get on the highway and do whatever they're gonna do. So, and I guess I could always break the highway up right here and just do it, but it is what it is. Anyway, so I've got these things perfectly spaced out. All right. And I'm not saying perfectly like distance wise from each other, but they're in the proper positions to get the most optimal oil flow. So the most we can get out of these different deposits using only 3 pump jacks so that we don't need extra pumps. So we got that. That's going to feed, if you take a look at the pipes, how they're laid in, that's going to feed into a pump, which feeds into a tank. These 3 here feed into a pump, which feeds into a tank. That tank goes to this pump, and that pump feeds this tank. and that tank is directly connected to where the trains will pick up the oil. Okay, nice close-up of the helicopter there too. Yeah. And then the same thing's happening over here. We have these three. They feed into a pump, longest possible pipes as we can go. They feed into a pump, which then feeds all the way over into a tank here, as far away as I could possibly go with that. On this side, I didn't have to go as far as possible because it's just not required. So we could kind of really flexible with where this one could be placed. And that's because I spaced everything out relative to this. I started with these first since they're the furthest away. So when I get more pump jacks in here after flattening the land, I'll then be able to feed them into this pump. That will go into this tank, pump, tank, etc. All right. And the whole assortment will end up feeding in where the trains are. That gives us a lot of excess storage for oil, which is a really good thing because the train is going to be a dedicated train, not a distribution office train. Changed my mind on that. And maybe I'll change it later in the future again. But for now, it's going to be a dedicated train because I have more room to work with than 155 on this. So I might as well take advantage of it. We'll have a train stop here, wait till full, come on over here. And it's then going to stop here and wait until empty, which is perfect because then it will feed into that tank, which is going to serve as extra oil storage, into a pump, and then into the main oil line. And then that gives us, our extra oil storage into here to process. When this facility, I've been asked this before, like, are you going to create another one of these to have more production? Yes, but there's no point in making a second one unless we're already, jamming on at like 500 workers and we're at max production. And it's just like, man, I need more, or I think I'll need more, or maybe in the situation where I'm already consistently operating this at 50% and I'm barely keeping up, then that would warrant needing another one yet. And that was going to be placed, as I mentioned a long time ago, it's going to be placed over in this area. We're going to process more fuel over here. All right. But we're not doing that just yet because we don't need to, because this thing's operating at like 7% production percentage, right? We don't have enough oil coming in here. So let's solve that problem first. Last thing I wanted to cover is winter is coming, of course. So we're going to make sure the heating plant's doing what it's doing, and it's clearly not. So I've got the heating stop now specifically dropping people off at the heating plant, and I'm trying to max that out, I think, a little bit. I do need some people to go to the repair stations because we have helicopters that need to get fixed and other vehicles and stuff that need to get fixed. And then I need to keep up my bricks because I am going to be using them a little bit, especially with laying the pipes and stuff underground. That doesn't take bricks. What was it that took bricks? Was it I thought that I had things that took bricks. Maybe I don't. You know what? For the time being, screw the brick makers. We don't need it. We'll say every once in a while somebody go in there and make some bricks. But other than that, I want almost everybody going to the heating plant here. All right, and we have several different bus routes and stuff that are taking and doing that. Okay. All right. So I've kind of laid in all the things that are happening. We have all of these are done. All right, and they're all feeding into here, and then they're all letting the power go to there, and then all of these are then, I think, overloaded, but it's fine, right? 67% is what it says, and it's going in and out with power, which is a little unfortunate, but that's just how the wind goes. They're not able to give it enough juice, so it is what it is. It's only intermittent supplemental power, right? But this one, the wire is not built yet, and it's intentional because as soon as this thing gets a wire connected, it will stop providing power to these buildings, and I need this to have power. So I'm actually going to make sure that doesn't happen. It's already disabled, but I don't know if it's just like with a pending construction it stops distribution. I don't think that's the case because, again, it's providing power and this doesn't complain, so I don't think that's the case. So I guess I could leave it, but if I really wanted to be sure, I could just go in something like this and just cancel the wire that's connecting to it. And then now I can guarantee that it's not going to get built and that it's, not connected to anything. So this remains powered, right? I need this thing to be as hot as possible. I need as many people working in heat as possible because it is wintertime coming. Okay, let's talk about what the actual problem is, though, because I said there's like an emergency. What's the emergency, right? Well, in addition to heat being a problem potentially, we now have a water problem. And I didn't notice it until I saw this. These water trucks are going in and out of here. All right, let's go ahead and let this run. These water trucks are going to loop in, and they're not picking up anything, right? They're getting very little water. All right, and they're unloading it at substations. That should never happen. We should not need to be doing that. So I'm going to cancel the water connections on these just in case there's extra water trucks and send these things home. We don't want this to happen. This is a very bad thing. Don't let this happen. All right. The trucks should not be sending water to substations. But if you see that trucks are bringing water to substations, it's because your substations are empty, right? That makes sense. So if I take a look at my substations, they're empty. And that means the buildings that are attached to them are not getting drinking water. Okay? Now, if I let this run a little bit, this number is going to fluctuate up and down. And that's because some water gets in here, but not enough water is getting in here. We need to find out why. Probably it's because I haven't expanded my water capacity since the very beginning time I set this up. And I've now added a lot more people. This is why I wanted to stop it at 20,000 to test stability, right? Now we grow like 1,000 or 2,000 people at a time and see what breaks. Fix it, and then see what breaks. Fix it, right? We need to keep things stable. So the next thing to stop us, in addition to heat, which is still a question mark because it's way out here, and in hindsight, probably should have built it right here, but it is what it is. The next thing we have to worry about is water. So if I take a look at this building, it's currently processing water at about 31%. It's full of workers, 10 out of 10, and it has the chemicals, which means this building is operating at its maximum possible production. Except it's not. The maximum flow it can handle is 300 cubic meters, and it's clearly not getting 300 cubic meters, right? It's not able to. Well, clearly it's not able to because there's a bottleneck further down the line. So let's go back a little bit, and we see that the water well is here. Now it has currently 4 out of 7 people, so that's a problem. But even when it gets to 7 out of 7, we're not going to have enough water being pushed through here. And that's because the water well, the big water well, if we go over to this, we're going to see the big water well. Let me get away from this helicopter because it's really freaking loud. The big helicopter, no, sorry, the big water well is able to handle 215 cubic meters of water maximum daily production. I have no idea how to hit that number. 215? That seems mislabeled because I've never seen this building even get to half that much. So at 6 out of 7, 7 out of 7, whatever, this thing pumps out about 120-ish. I've seen up to 130, but I don't ever see much more than that, right? And that's the problem. Even at maximum workers, we're only getting 128 on this big water well. All right? So if I take a look over at, this is the water well, this is the processing center, you can see that if I let this run, these buildings, they kind of go in tandem with each other, sort of. They kind of stay with each other a little bit. Okay, so as this one drops down, this one drops down, this one drops up, this one goes up, this one goes up, right? That tends to happen. And of course, you have to take into consideration workers as well. So like if there's only 8 out of 10 here, then you're only getting about 80% of what this thing is sending, right? So these two things are very related. And what that means is I need more wells. So at this side over here, because I thought it could handle 213 or 215 or whatever it was, I put in 2 big pipes because each one of these big pipes does like 120 something, I forget, 127. So if it can handle 215, then 127 is not enough. So I needed a second one, and then that would get me over the 215 mark. That's why I built it with 2 pipes. Well, I mean, there's not really a reason to do that. I also have this pipe running out that way too, right? So some of my water supply is headed that direction as well. And that could weigh into like the discrepancy that you might see here. The point is, though, is that this is not producing anywhere near the 200 or so that I thought it was going to, and it's definitely not hitting the 300. So I need more wells. That's long story short, need another well. So I'm going to add another one over here, and the really weird thing is that it looks to me like I can place this like kind of right up nearby this current well, and I can get, 87, 88%. And that seems pretty good. I kind of want to build it, closer to where people are going to be at. But the closer you build it to things that you've already, other existing structures, the worse the water quality tends to be. So I could get this to pop in there, or I could build a whole new setup. And I'm actually going to do both, because over here I can get 94, almost 95% quality water. And in the ground, 95% is the highest you can get. So if I can get 94 over here, that's doing pretty dang good. So I'm going to say 94 right here. That's going to be permitted. Yeah, right about here. And when I connect this with the water, when I connect this with the walking paths, these guys over here should be able to walk there and work there. That's not that far. Okay. Now it's possible that, we're gonna see the game tell me that it can't, but we'll look at it. In fact, I can probably look at it just by doing that. Let me see if you can walk there. You can only get to there. Interesting. So that's clearly something that has to be a better road. I think this road can just go straight over, actually over to here. That's probably fine. But the walking path into the well is going to have to be improved, I guess, because this one's only 50% walking speed. So why don't we make this asphalt? And then I'm going to go ahead and connect this one like that. And if I do that, does it allow me to get there? Yes, that building can reach. That's good. I'd like the other building to reach if possible too. Also, this isn't built yet, so that's also a requirement for that to be able to reach as well. And in fact, I think probably what will happen here is let's take this asphalt path. We'll go across like that. Okay, so it's connected to this road. And then if I bring this path all the way over here and then cross here, if I do that, I bet you I can get all of these buildings to be able to reach this. So from here to there, 317. That has to work. If it's 317 on that, then surely we can get into this one, right? Yeah, right here. Just got to connect that side. So I'm thinking if I go like that, can I get both of these buildings to reach? I sure can. Okay, that's going to be great. So that's our well, and we definitely want construction crews to be able to reach this. So let's go in and do this. Let's go in and do this. All these walking paths and things, they all need to be completed. We're going to get labor on that. They all need to be done, all right? All that stuff is marked now to be done. All right. Next, though, we're going to need processing for this, because you can't just put a well. You got to be able to process it. I'm thinking right here is just as good a spot as any. It's not too far away from all the water places we need, and it's close enough to where I could reasonably provide some water to people that are living over here. Remember, I'm going to have the population I've got right now is 23,000 people, right? Which, I mean, with the water shortage, we're probably going to lose a lot of people this winter. I'm just going to say it. Like, when you find a problem in realistic mode, two things are true. It's devastating if you find that problem near the winter or in the winter. And two, it takes potentially months to fix any problem that you found, because you actually have to have people build it. So it's like, cool, drop this thing here. And if it was instant build and I could pay for it, then it would be fixed right away. But that isn't the case. So probably going to lose some people here too. That's why I artificially made my population at 20,000, okay? Stability problems. Anyway, we're going to have a lot of people living here. I'm thinking maybe as many as 12 Dnipro flats are going to be here, okay? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And we're going to provide water to them from this side too. All these people's sewage, of course, is going into the processing center there. All right. So I think this is a good place for it, because it's right next to a bunch of labor. So we're going to go in, and I think most likely this is kind of hilly. So you're most likely not going to let me place this building. Let me just go in and see if you can place this. It is yellow. I would want it the other way for the pipes anyway. And it just doesn't quite like me yet. So let's take and flatten the terrain from the road. I think we'll flatten it from the road, yeah. Go through and do something like that. It's probably good enough. We can maybe smooth it out if we kind of did something like that. I think that's probably good enough. And then the water treatment gets smeared, and we put it over here like this. Is what I'm thinking. Good enough. So we place it here. And with that placement, I'm thinking probably gravel road is sufficient. But yeah, I think gravel road is sufficient because the walking distance they have to take is not that far. And that's really the only reason, because it's not that far. So we're going to go about like that. And we're going to make a gravel road there. Because this part isn't the urgent part. We want to expand this, but this part isn't really all that urgent. This side's going to be what's urgent, because I'm going to connect to an existing system to make sure that the existing grid is fine. But this part's mostly for our expansion. So I don't need this to be done right away. We can take the pumps out of the pipes. Assuming this is the same situation as before, I kind of only need one of these. But I think, you know, maybe we just have to anyway, because I don't see myself needing to actually use all four of these. And in this situation where this does somehow produce that much, then, you know, we'll want to take advantage of it. So there we go. Every once in a while, that thing does tick up to like 130, and that is technically more than the big pipe can handle. So we'll do 2 pipes there, one having a differing priority than the other. And that will connect everything there. So the water comes in here, gets processed, and then it gets sent out into this area to help this grid handle it, to help this system and provide all the water to all these people, right? So we're going to say that I want a substation for water to go in like right here, I think. All right. That provides to a lot of people because the Nipro Flats are a lot of people, like 2,000 people, right? And then maybe I actually could put it somewhere. You know what? Maybe I put it here instead. Can I fit this right here? Because then I get the other 2 in there too. I want to get all these homes with one substation. Yeah, like something over here like this. That seems good. Can I get that? Give me a place where this fits everybody. Come on. No? How about over here? Can I fit it in over here? My frame rates are getting completely decimated. Right there. Can I fit that? That's beautiful. That's really something special, isn't it? I think it is. We're going to put this right here. All right. This right there is going to get built too. All right. And then we'll get rid of this one. We don't need this one right now. All right. We want a reservoir right here. So I'm going to make a big reservoir. Where'd it go? Right here. Big reservoir right here. And we're going to say that reservoir is, I think, connected on this side. Close to the building as I can go, about here. That should be fine. And now I have the ability to connect the walking path still. I do. Very good. Okay. Let's have the dirt path there. That's good. And then we want a large pipe from here feeding into that. And I'm actually going to put a large pipe that's feeding into this, I know, but this large pipe is also going to feed into this. Now we need a pump between here and there. And we also need a pump between here and there because this does not generate water pressure. As much as I like it to do it, it doesn't do it. So I need a pump between these 2 things. So what we can do, since I want the ability to move a lot more water around, is we can go in and have a large or a big pumping station. Yeah, right about here should be fine. Large pumping station as far back as I can go. Actually, can you fit here? I would have really liked it if you fit there, but I guess I can't have cake and eat it too and all that. All right, so let's put you right here. That's in range of all the power and everything we need. Big pipe feed into there, okay? And now this big pipe is going to feed into there, but it also needs a pump. So we'll have a small water pump. Ah, screw it. I'm just going to keep doing the big ones because they're just so, you get so much more flexibility out of it. I just like the flexibility that comes with that, having multiple connections like this. So we'll do about here. Like that. All right. And then from there, big into there. Yep. All right. And then big out and then into there. Oh, come on now. Don't do that to me. There we go. All right. Big, big, big everywhere. There we go. Perfect. that is going to take a lot of pressure off of this grid as soon as this is ready. And now we have the majority of our population covered by that. I don't even know if that's the majority. Probably not the majority, but a huge percentage of Charlybinsk's population is going to be covered by that single substation right now. And that substation can distribute to as many homes as the water capacity coming into it can handle. That's why everything is a big pipe all the way out to it. So it can handle as many homes as it's got in range, and the building that I might place here in the future too. All right, that's that system. Over here, we want to have another pumping station. And I'm going to put this pumping station, I think, right here. And this stuff we want to have this stuff made urgently, okay? So we're going to put a pumping station right here. Let's have this go up like that. And then what I want are a bunch of smaller wells, okay? So these small water wells, they have a lower capacity, right? 70 cubic meters, supposedly, but they require no workers. And I can have them further away so I get higher quality water. So I can go over here and have like 91%, which is perfectly fine with me. Go. Have another one that looks like it's going to be 91 again, but I don't really know if I trust that. This one will be 89, 89, 88. Can I go right next to the rail? I can. 90. It's just not quite because of the cable cars. 92. This looks pretty good. 92 over here. I like it. We're going to do that too. I also have this. I'm just noticing now I have this power transformer that's being fed from what looks like a 4 megawatt, and I'm distributing just 2.2. I have like 2 megawatts of capacity here to distribute. So if there's any of these are overloaded, like over here, I can get that over there from this point. I need to remember that. Okay, so these water wells, again, they don't require workers. And what we're going to do from these water wells can do up to 70 is what it says. So we're going to use the medium pipes. And the medium pipes are going to go from here and get popped into this side. From there to there. This one here is going to go up and connect to... come on. Here we go. To there. And then from you, see how there's these two connections here? That's no good. But these two connectors are, 56 apiece. We're going to combine them into a big pipe, and that big pipe will go in right over here. So if I can just get this to behave, that's fine. All right, now that is going to be a high priority project. So I need all the walking paths connected. That's good. All the roads connected then. Roads connected. Yep. This we're going to connect to, looks like there. Let's get out of this. We're going to need, this road is already connected there. Good. And then that one's connected there. So I should now be able to go like this. Yep. Just like that. Get the labor on it too. Yep. I'm going to bring Sternikova labor over here to do this as well. This is very urgent. We need this done now. And I'm actually going to tell the helicopters to stop what they're doing and to do this too. And in fact, I can't really tell them to stop what they're doing because all the other stuff was considered a high priority before. But now I'm going to make these high priority so that the helicopters will do these instead, if I can get them to do that. So I need all of these things done. Now you should have power connected. You should have access to this power. You do, but is it right? I don't think so. So I'm going to need additional power in this area anyway. So why don't we grab a substation? And a real easy access substation here. We're just going to go about like this. And with a real quick dirt road. Have you switch to high priority as well. And then I can just feed... it really doesn't matter which one I do, does it? I'll just do 1.5. From there, I'll just feed that into there like that. And then this needs to be a bigger priority as well if I can get that to happen. There we go. And let's get all of that marked for labor. All right. I know there's a lot of... I don't know if I'm really going too fast today or if you guys can follow along with what I'm doing. Because I kind of have it in my head and I'm like, I need to do it now. Do it now. And that's what we're doing. So helicopters, I think to get them to really do exactly what I want and only what I want, I'm going to pull them out of the duty that they have and have them focus entirely on this side right here. I'm just going to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we go 5. There we go. The pipes. We do the pipes. 6. Yep, all these. Get the pipes done too. And then this pipe here. Okay, now they have only one job, and it's all their priority. And they're running out of fuel, man. And this is my problem right now, is I just don't have enough fuel for helicopters. And so the more they run, the worse my fuel situation gets. I have almost nobody going to the refinery right now. This is also a problem. I think with the 18 million that I have right now, I think it's going to be okay. I think I should probably get some fuel brought in from the border. I think that's going to have to be okay. We're going to do it with some trucks because I can't really do it with rail very well. I guess I could, but no, I really can't because this is not hooked up to deliver fuel. It's hooked up to pick up fuel, not to deliver fuel. So I'm not going to be able to pick it up here. So we're going to have a distribution office doing this. And this one's got how many cisterns? Just the one. Yeah, just the one. Okay, well, I'm going to have some of my fuel rats doing this. And it's going to be this one. It doesn't have as many connections. It doesn't have as many things that it's responsible for. We're going to tell this to buy fuel for now. Because I need to. All right, and then we're going to have to shift your source of fuel that you load from. We're also going to have you unload fuel here as well to keep it full. So now we should see you guys spring into action. I'm not sure what you're doing right now. Excuse me? What are you doing? Huh? I'm very lost. What are you? Huh? Now you won't reconnect? No, come on. Don't do that. Come on. Spring to life. Do things. Can you not leave? I'm confused. You got in there. How did you get in there if you can't leave? I need you to go to a road depot or something. Can you go all the way up here? You know what? Let's get a distribution office right here. I'm just going to do this instead. It's a temporary thing anyway. We're going to go to distribution office, free one. We'll do it over like right in the middle of the roundabout. Why not? I don't think it matters. Let's do it right there. And then I want all of these trucks that are, I guess I don't really need all of them. I just need people to do things. Okay. Like, why is this not a thing? Oil tankers, total capacity, 1, 2, 3. It doesn't matter. If you have the highest capacity in the world, that's fine. Just get in here. Okay. Because I need you to bring me fuel. And actually, I'm going to change this route. Yeah, the people who I need to sell bitumen though. Nah, I got to sell bitumen. I got to keep doing that. You guys don't have a fuel station to refuel with, so that's also a problem because there's no longer a gas station nearby. Didn't think about that. Fine. Load fuel here, please, and get it over into this location right here. Okay, unload right there. That's your only job, and I'm hoping that you do that before you try to refuel yourself. But who am I kidding? You're totally not going to do that. You're going to go that direction to a fuel station, probably right there to get fuel. And you know what? That's going to have to be fine. All right. That's just going to have to be fine. And to be honest, this isn't a really bad location, but it's okay. Whatever. At least I have somebody bringing fuel to me until I can get this stuff under control. I don't know how I don't have this. Like, where is everybody? Like, how are people not being brought to this refinery? I had 150 people in here, and now I'm down to nobody? Nobody? Really? I got 55 workers waiting at that bus stop. It's this. What? Okay. Okay. I don't like this. Eating stop, manufacturing stop. This needs to stop. I think this needs to go. I think this is a bad thing. I think it needs to go now, you know? Yeah, there's just too many buses flowing through here at the same time. They're not spacing themselves out at all. And this has to be a roundabout at some point, right? I feel like it's got to be. This interval for this from this direction, I'm going to make this 20 seconds. I'm going to make that a longer interval, and I'm just going to have to manage it for a second. So these guys can get the hell out of here. Get out. Get out. Go bring people. No, switch back to this one. Go. It needs to be longer, a lot longer. Get out of here. One more time. Just let them out. All right, all the buses need to leave. I need to do something else with that stop. Clearly, I think maybe less buses hitting the stop would be a good idea, right? So if we did something like this platform here, this stop here has 4 buses going to the heating plant. Maybe I shift this bus, and instead of going to the heating plant here, from this bus stop, you go to this bus stop instead, right? Maybe instead you go to this one, and you pick up workers here, right? That could fix it, because now I've got 4 buses that aren't going to come in here. Now I need to balance it out. Normally I'd say, hey, buses, go pick up people from the train station. But they're not going to do that either, because there's no road connection on this. I regret that. There's no road connection on this. There's also nothing to buy here. I don't know what's going on with distribution, but there's nothing to buy here. How's my food? Food is rock solid all the time. Clothing, how's that? Let's see where we're at here. We probably don't have clothes because of fabric being down. I think we just had now we're about to lose fabric. I only have 1 fabric production place, so when the machines start to get worked on, it shuts down. But I don't get it. Like, we just don't have enough workers, like, going anywhere, you know? Like, how many people are in here? How many people are using this cableway station? Barely anyone, right? Like, 1 person in every car that leaves here. Like, where are they all working? They're all over the place. There's so many different places to work now, and I just don't have enough people, you know? My orphanages are bad again. There's something going on here. There's something amok. All right. And yet you still have people without jobs because they're told to go to the orphanages to help maintain that and to get it better, which it's kind of working. But you still have situations like this where everything's red. Only 29 tutors, right? We're getting slammed in here, and despite having 40 party officials teaching, you're teaching 1 person at a time. Like, what is that? I don't understand that. You're teaching like, there are 36 people here. You're teaching 45 people from 37 teachers. What is that? I don't understand that part. Somebody explain how I can have twice as many staff as students in this building. It has all the heat, sewage, water, everything's taken care of. It's not overflowing with waste. There's nothing wrong there. It's just simply it's like a 1-to-1 ratio on party officials and students, and I don't understand that. You know, it's supposed to be a lot bigger. Look at this one here. This one doesn't have drinking water, so that makes sense, right? If you're losing a resource, it severely reduces what it's capable of doing. I don't have any research going on in that building either, mind you. So, but the fact that we have 29 people teaching up to 8 people here is silly. This one's without drinking water, though, so that makes sense. We need the drinking water situation solved, and most likely we will have a lot of deaths because of it. We're already seeing population dropping in these buildings because they don't have drinking water. All of that makes sense, right? We're going to probably drop, like, I don't know, we might lose like 1,000 people this winter.
As long as it's not because of heat, I'll feel okay. Because I'm already addressing the other problems. The heat tank is really good here. We don't have enough workforce in this heating plant, so that needs to change. And to be honest, I mean, I'm stacking 80% workforce on this heating plant right now. And I just don't know where my workers went. It just seems like there's not enough people. Are they all being sent here? Because I can reduce that. You know, I can say, you know, maybe I don't have... I could maybe say that nobody's allowed to come here for work. You know, but they're mostly just riding in on the train now. I think a lot of people are just riding the trains, right? 84 of them are on that train, right? All the trains are picking up people and sending them over here, which is important. We need steel, but yeah, 57 there, 50 there. This building's got nobody because the train that's going to drop them off is probably en route. It's only one train that drops people off here, so it's very intermittent. It's this train right here. It was 246 people. Yeah, there's where all your workers are, Charlie. So I just need more. I just need a lot more people. And you can see they're going to start dropping like flies now. Going to have a whole lot of problems here. I just need more people to live in this area. If we can get the water situation sorted, though, I think it will greatly help us if we can get the water situation sorted. You know what? I might put another well over here. I might put another big well right over here. Let's say, what about this? Can I put one over on this side? Will you let me position it here? How about right here? Can I position this here? 87, 88. Come on, tell me what the quality is going to be. 89. I think this is okay. And 89% here. Yeah, I could live with that. How about an 89% right there? And we'll go ahead and put the road connection there. Are these vehicles moving yet? I gotta see. Okay, they're gone, so they're clearly doing something. And delivering, I think delivering fuel is not the thing they're doing. Oh, you know what it is? You know what it is? I need to tell them to deliver it to this location, not this location, because this is an intake. Yeah, this is the intake pipe. I don't have the output pipe connected. So what I need is, instead of you dropping it off here, you need to drop it off on the tank itself. That's how this works. And now you guys will move. There we go. So now we'll actually get some fuel bought. But we're going to have to buy fuel again. It's just, I don't have a way to, I don't know what's going on with the refinery. I don't have enough people. Everybody's getting on trains instead of getting on the cable cars and stuff. So it's time to just, yeah, it's time to just make more people. We just need to get more people in here. Replacing this housing with the more modern housing that can hold more people would probably be a good idea. Been talking about doing that. I do kind of like this neighborhood. It's got a little nostalgia to it. It's where we started and all that. But if it comes down to that or not having enough people, I choose remaking housing for more people. And then maybe we put him over here. Let's say it just needs to be in range to be able to reach something. And we have a store right here. So I think we can make additional housing right here without much fuss. I think that'll be okay. The store is right there. They can get to parking lots. They can work in the orphanages. They won't be able to work over here. But that's the problem. I need people to work over here. I need more people here, not there. I think maybe I could put some housing here. We're getting kind of close to manufacturing at that point, but it could be okay. That's a problem, man. And I know the refinery was mostly Cernakova people that were working in the refinery before, right? That was kind of where people were being brought. And now it's just like all the workers are right here just waiting to be moved here, waiting to get brought to the refinery. Manufacturing stop there. This one's going to the refinery, right? How many buses are on this line? Let's get like, I don't know. Let's get like a few more buses at least on this line. We need, let's buy, I think I'll buy some big buses. These ones are pretty good, though. That's why I used them. Because they go, well, they go 70 miles per hour. They both go 70. This one just holds more people, but it goes the same speed. Then that's what we'll do. We'll get 2 more of these. We're going to get 2 of these long buses, and we're going to get them on this line because that's just needed. So badly needed. Where are those buses? You got to be coming down here right now, right? Brand new buses. There's one. Add you. Go. Let's go to work. And the next one, probably ahead of that one. Did I miss it? I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait for it to show up because I don't know where it is. But either way, there's just, I've got to have more people in the refinery, bro. It's got to happen, man. Okay, so we're down. You know, we lost 600 people already. Yep, that's happening. You can't fix a problem quickly in this game. Everything takes a lot of time. The pipes all have to be built. Have to feed it in there. This is still only processing. Now, nowhere near enough water being processed here, right? If there was, then we'd have a full reservoir. And we have a reservoir that says we're not even sending anything at this point. So it's... I wouldn't be surprised if pretty much everybody here dies. It's just, I don't understand what's going on. It's not heat, though. Right? It's not heat. Heat's good. Not great, but good. All right? It's all water. So let me let this run for a little bit, and we'll see what happens when the water, when these wells and the pipes and stuff get sorted out, and they start running and putting more water into the system so we can process it. We'll see what happens once that goes on. All right? I'll be right back. Okay, so winter's been carrying on for a little bit. It's been a month. It's been a little over a month. And they're done. At least these 2 wells are done, okay? I've got a power issue. I got to figure out how to solve that. I'm not really sure where that's coming from. But I went ahead and I just decided to import power from the border for the time being. And I've spent a lot of money to do this because I wanted to replace my population. We got down to about 21K. Lost about 2,000 people because of this water problem. It's terrible. But I spent a bunch of cash and I got some people back. At least I got most of my population back. We're up to 23.3 now. And to be fair, I only brought us up to about 22.8. So it has been climbing ever since, right? The water got fixed. So now this is processing 164 plus a day. Now we're actually seeing the tank import full, which is a good sign.
This water tank export's full. That's a great sign because it means these trucks can finally get full of water when they need to go somewhere. So I went ahead and connected those back up again because that needed to happen. And we can now see that the flats, at least they're not complaining about not having water anymore because the substations are now actually full. The reservoirs are full. We solved the water crisis. I have no idea where the power crisis is coming from, so I'm going to have to figure that out too. So let's go back to sell mode here. I've spent a lot of freaking money. We're down under 15 million now. And a lot of that money has to do with the fact that we're buying fuel. We have to buy fuel, and we're still not building up a supply, right? Workers are there. That's fine. The oil is actually here, so now it's a worker issue. So I've clearly got some more balancing to do when it comes to like trying to figure out my different routes, my buses, things like that. Like we have enough people now to where that's starting to become an issue. And I think this is a major problem. This traffic area is a major problem because you just get so many buses in here, it backs up. So there's just too much going on in here. I don't like this anymore. I need to do something about it. And I think one thing I might do is just tear this out. I think I'm going to tear up this whole intersection and make a roundabout. It just has to happen. You know, like this is completely fine. For like 40 seconds, we just let everything here funnel out. All right. So there's just no way it gets built up. And then, you know, they'll line up on this road, but this road is so much less. It's weird because it's like it looks like the main road, but there's just so much less traffic building up on this road. I think 40 seconds is a little long. I just do. I think the next second after that, maybe we'll go 25. So we'll make this one more. This one can go 15, and then yeah, we'll try that and see what goes. So let's say, you know, I think there is the cycle here. I guess where I'm getting at is I think there's a timing on this light which could work. Not ideal, but it could work. And then what I want to do is find a way to just, I don't know, get these buses to stop going this way and maybe try going the other direction. Just turn left here instead, right? Is what I kind of want to get them to do. So most of these buses that are coming through here are on a bus route that takes them to the heating plant, right? There's a new route. I've redone the bus routes and stuff, trying to get this to be sorted out and to get more workers over here where they need to be, because pretty consistently in the wintertime especially, we get shortages of workers in this heating plant, right? Now, I am unspecified on this because I've got 30 workers put here and only 10 on the brick factory, and then the repair center's got 10, and then this one's only got 2, so that we constantly at least are working on some of the waste. We don't really need more than 2 people here. If it starts to get overloaded, I'll just raise our capacity by 50% by adding a 3rd person. But it's really not that big of a deal. I do want more repair people, but in the wintertime, I reduce it because I really want to have most of my labor going here. And then the bus route that's bringing them here, it's set up so where it's going to pick up people at the new bus stop, which is over here. You can just see the route, actually. I'll show you. So this is set up to pick up people here. They drive this way. This keeps them off of this, but they still go through the bus stop because they're going to tag up here to get more people, and that puts them into this system that's already bad. Right? It puts them into this really bad system. Okay, and then they are going to go up here, turn left at that light, and then they come around. They drop people off here. If they have anyone left, then they take those people to the refinery. All right, and then I'm hoping that helps our refinery because I've just redone that. I'm really hoping we get more people in the refinery as a result of that, because we do have oil in here, and looks like they're working on that pipe. I did show you in the time lapse. There should be this pipe here is done. I think I was showing that in the time lapse. Yeah, so they did this pipe here, but they still have some work to do to get it to where we can deliver oil. That doesn't matter though, because we have to actually be able to deliver oil, and all of that is very far from being done. Right? You don't ignore the red light. So all that's very far from being done. They're working on the electrified rails and stuff over here right now. Yeah, and like, you know, this building keeps saying it has no power supply, which is just categorically untrue. You are literally working and your tank is full at maximum heat, yet you have no power supply. I just don't believe you. And also, this wind turbine can absolutely handle way more than the heating plant. So it should be working out. But regardless, I just wanted to look. We avoided the problem. I had to spend a boatload of cash to keep it, to bring more people in to replace. And we have to re-educate a lot of our population and rework on our loyalty and stuff. It's at 55%. You know, there is that. But I'm also buying fuel right now. And I think that's the only reason I'm able to, is because I'm buying fuel. If I wasn't buying fuel, I think we would be in some serious trouble here. We're at 107. This is with purchased fuel and without helicopters doing anything. Okay, the moment I put helicopters on a task, the fuel dies. It's gone right away. Like if I say, hey, helicopters, go build me... what do I want them to build? What do I want them to build? I mean, there's still some helicopters working over here, but that's just the other office near Steel, because I only shut down this one. The office near Steel actually has fuel. For a while. We delivered fuel a long time ago. They've got 642 tons left. Eventually they will run out, but this office here has fuel. And yeah, so there's a lot to do, guys. There's a lot to work on here. There's all these little tiny things that pop up on you while you expand your republic, and just figuring out how to balance it all, man. Like, we don't have any workers here right now. I'm not sure why. This is full. It says 9 people without a job. Just go here. Right? No kindergarten available. Okay, hold up. So the kindergarten's here. There's capacity, but maybe it fluctuates by the second, right? So potentially when they went to go to work, it was over like this. And then they're like, I can't bring it. Now, can you bring it to the other one? Because there's another kindergarten right here. Can you bring it to this one? You could. Potentially bring it to this one. But this one might be getting full too. And then this is the big school, which we have a 65% government loyalty requirement on, and we're very good on capacity here and heat, right? 63% government loyalty to work here, and we're doing really well there. And then over here, we're almost full, 67% here. Crime's not patrolled, right? So I think we need even more police. I hate that we need more police. I really hate that, but I think we do. I didn't want to do it, but I think my hands are kind of forced here. So I'm gonna build another one against all of what I want, against everything in my bones. I'm gonna build another one, and I'm thinking we might put it. I want it to be, honestly, I really want it to be more over here to help cover some other things. So I'm gonna build it over here. We're gonna start planning. I think maybe the next video we could start planning what this is gonna look like, but I just can't. I don't have the stability to build it yet, and I don't want to get into a situation where I build something and then I can't actually do anything with it. Plus, building over here, I can't get workers there. I have to build it close enough for workers. So yeah, I mean, maybe I put it up on the hill. Police station up on the hill. It seems like a waste of that hill. So I'll have to figure it out. It's something I have to look at. I'm kind of frazzled right now by the water issue. I had a whole thing I wanted to do for this video, and then about 5 minutes before I was like ready to start, I noticed those water cut trucks, and I was just kind of like, wait a minute, what's going on here? All right, sewage tank's filled up here now. I was like, what is going on with the water trucks? And it changed my entire video. It just changed everything I was going to work on. It doesn't matter anymore because I have to fix that. And like, I could do it offline and just do the video with what I wanted anyway. But that's not what you want to see, right? You want to see a problem. You want to see chaos and then how to fix it, right? So that's what I went for. I spent, almost 4 million rubles today. I mean, we've been exporting the whole time too, so there's that. But I think I spent about 4 million rubles today on people. All right, I'm going to put it right here, I think. I think this is the best place I can come up with here. Right behind this parking lot that's right here. We're just going to have to flatten this out. And we're going to build another one against what I want to do. But we're going to have to just do it. Suck it up and just do it. So I think maybe this is enough of a clearing. And then we'll go in and we'll place... Wow, that is much bigger than I actually thought it was. I need to clear it even more than that. Damn, that's going to not look very good, isn't it? You know, I mean, I like the hill. Don't get me wrong. I think the hill is cool. But you might just want to flatten it down, guys. Or make it less of a hill, you know, like maybe make it level with these things, because these things are up on a hill a little bit, right? Maybe we make it level with this. We just make it less of a hill, because I mean, this is some prime space. Look at the how good this space is. I'd love to put some people here, right? I mean, just surround the store, get some people right here. I need more workers. They'd be able to reach the train station there. I don't think they'd be able to reach the university or anything, but you know, we could put some people here. It might be worth just flattening it down. I don't want to. Don't get me wrong. I like the hill. I wanna see it. I wanna see what we do with it. But you know, I just don't know if it's the right thing to do here. I think this right here could be my police station. You know, instead of having the passenger terminal thing here that we really don't need, I could put the police station here instead. You know, because it would totally fit here, and people would be able to reach it to go to work. And then I could have this road go across. Yeah, we could just do this. Well, that's not quite where I wanted to place that, to be honest. We'll bring that back just a little bit, like that. And I wanted to bring it closer to the sidewalk, right about here, actually. That way I can just have them all hooked up like this. Let's flip it, because I want the cars to come out on the other side, so they're a little bit closer to where the potential crime scenes are going to be. So you can put it about here. That, you know, so many homes can reach this. It's got access to water, sewer, heat, everything, right? And then you know, we just put this road from here, and hopefully it will let me. Gosh, it's gonna be a little bit annoying, isn't it? Maybe we can smooth this out just a tad. I'm not so sure. I think I'd have to move the building to do that, right? All right, let's move the building really quick, and then go ahead and smooth this out just a little bit on this side. Pretty please. Enough to get this road across. Yeah, like that. Can I get the road to do things? Please. Do road things. I think that's probably not going to let me place the police station now. Maybe we can get it to come up just a little bit more. Maybe. And then if I went from there, height from center on this side, I have to raise the terrain. You know, I kind of like putting the police station up on a hill here, which is not what you want to do. So it's probably not going to work, but yeah, I'm going to have to bring this back down. Let's just see what the game says. If I try this right now, what does the game say? The game says that I am allowed to place this here. Right here. And if I do, my mama will say that this road is gonna go too stiff. That's too steep, and it's not gonna let me do it. Or okay, hang on. Now, if we can go here, you know what? I'm fine. That's fine. We can do that. I'm all right with that. I'm gonna have to place something for garbage anyway, although I think these two will cover it, unless they're not too full. Nah, they're doing pretty good. I think we can probably cover that. Okay, so I want asphalt here, and then let's just start turning this into an asphalt road, so we can get the police to move through here. This is an asphalt road. This is an asphalt road, and then there's, you know, gravel all the way down there. And I'm not gonna upgrade this until they update, because there's like 20 walking paths crossing there, but we will try that. All right, so we'll have another police station here. I didn't want it, but we'll have it anyway. And then we can maybe use some of this gap space for another Lenin or whatever, or another red star, because red stars are just super good. So maybe we put a red star over here, like right here, next to this. Why not? We just do something like that. All right. So again, I don't know about this hill. We do have a road that goes up there, so we have like basically one street that goes all the way across this. But it's kind of looking a little ugly now, isn't it? It's very steep. It's looking very steep. But we already have, I mean, parking lot low. These two things are really high, raised up. This road is not level, right? Negative 17 degrees Celsius, you guys. Holy moly. Are we good on heat? Yeah, kinda. We are. We're fine. I guess. I'm just nervous. I'm just always nervous about heat. But we got 29 people here, albeit the sewage tank is full. 120% on that. That's gross. But the water substation, we're delivering water just fine. This is where we deliver the water, by the way, the substation right here. We just don't have... I don't have the pipes and stuff for water yet on this side. I think maybe we'll have another well and stuff processing over here for the rest of the city. And then that's when we'll provide that water here. For the time being, this is the only workplace here. And so, you know, as long as we have a truck that can bring that over, it's enough, right? They can just get water a little bit when that truck delivers it. But I thought I had a sewage tank out here. Did I not put any sewage tank at all? I did not put any sewage tank at all. See, that's the other problem. I didn't do that. So how about we put a sewage tank? Again, it'd be nice to put it over here and know exactly where it should be for the rest of the buildings and everything, but I don't really have that right now. So I'm going to put this over this way. I guess we'll put it as far this direction as possible. That way it can cover more people that way. We want to face it that direction so we can have it funnel towards the processing center. And we'll just put it over here like this. And we'll have that go like so. Right there. And then we'll get some workers on that. That's it. Yeah, we don't need... we were going to need workers, I guess. But we're going to get, like, the stuff delivered and everything there. Should be fine. I don't really need to look underground anymore, do I? All right. I got to reorient myself, right? I just didn't have the exact content I wanted today. So I need to reorient myself and come back with fresh eyes to make sure we can handle this for the next time, okay? But look, the lights are stable, but I think that's on intake. I think that's on import. No, did I switch it back to export? I did. Okay. So we're exporting power and we're mostly not flickering. Yes, we're not flickering. It's because of it's just the way the anti-aliasing or whatever is going, and as I zoom in and out is all it is. So there's a little bit of flickering over here on these lights. But for the most part, my power grid's stable. All right, we got 15 people in here, 9 people in here. Fantastic. And we can see that we are exporting 11 and a half. Look at this. Exporting 13, 11. Exporting 2.6. I guess that's fine. But like this is connected with a big old 18 megawatt line now, right? So it can really push that power through this line now. And I still need to upgrade all these other lines too. And then I also need to provide the other way out. So this is a high voltage switch, right? Just sitting here, ready to be used and just be sent, hopefully that direction to export power in Tobovina over there too. Okay. As far as vehicles getting repaired and everything, I'm just kind of wrapping up the little things right now with you guys. I'm sorry, it's not organized. I apologize. Like seriously, I had something planned today, I swear. But I'm just going to go through and just tell us to replace these vehicles. Make sure we get those going. Automatic vehicle replacement just has not been working. Wear and tear 70% plus 25 years old. They're supposed to do this automatically, right? That's supposed to be a thing that is active. At least I thought it was. Send to scrapyard, all that. Like that's in my settings. I think I have that set up correctly. Automatic replacement is on. And yet, despite the vehicles reaching, I guess this one's not old enough. It's 100% wear and tear, but it's not old enough. But I'm thinking some of those vehicles are, like the farm equipment and stuff is old enough, and it's just not done yet. But I think the patch that's coming for this game that also addresses the
you know, being able to do one job on the roads with the walking paths interjecting them and stuff. That patch, I think, does address several things like this. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm actually kind of waiting for that to hit, but it just hasn't hit yet. Yeah. So, need to take a look at this. Need to figure out if the light timings need adjusted, and what to do about it. Right? We've got this path here, which is 15 seconds long. I need to switch these. I did this incorrectly. Let's do 10 seconds here, and then we'll do 25 seconds here. It needs to be about like this, I think. Yeah, we'll do about like this. Okay. And hopefully this allows the buses to get out of here. But if I had to redo it, I would say that the bus station would move. I would just move it. And probably how I would move it is I would make it to where I would get rid of... Actually, I could probably just get rid of this. Like move this and then have this road come out and come right here. That would be a really simple fix, actually. There's enough room for that. Right? I could have it go out and then curve over and pop in right here. And then just gut this, and that would fix the traffic problems, because now the buses are on their own road. They come in on this side, they leave on this side. That would be fluid. You know what? We're going to work on that. I think I'm going to have that be the solution. This thing's overloaded anyway. It needs to be... That's actually perfect, but it needs to be rebuilt anyway. So, you know what? We're going to move to have... I don't know. We'll have something placed over here, maybe, if it fits or whatever, and we'll just mulligan this whole area right here. We'll just try to get this to curve in that way. If it doesn't curve in that way, then the other thing I can do is just have the road come right through here, right? It wouldn't be an intersection per se. It would just be an in and out. And then I would have this road go that way like this, and then it would be a one-way street to the left on that side and a one-way street to the right on this side. And then it wouldn't get in anyone's way, but we would be able to have these buses work a lot more fluidly, right? Any bus that wants to go this way could do so. Any bus that needs to go this way would do so. And there'd be both one-way streets as an exit for the bus, you know? I think that's an idea that, because the hitbox for this is really like right on the building. So, I mean, I can place things like right up against that building. So that's good for roads. And then just verifying that the road itself would fit like right up against that building, it can happen, right? So the only thing that would bother me, I guess, in this situation would be all these walking paths. I would probably need to restructure where those are, because they're currently kind of flowing into the bus stop from there. And it is allowing almost all of those guys to be able to reach the bus. The rest of them can reach this bus, though, so... Yeah. Anyways, I got to look at it. It's got to just happen. So I'm going to let it run. We're at 23,600 people. We have more people than we started with, albeit a way less money, because that's what it takes to bring people in. Our current budget now, January was terrible. Our current budget right now is at negative 551,000 last month. And that is entirely because of fuel imports, which I'm currently still paying for. So we're racking up a huge deficit with the fuel imports. But other than that, yeah. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. It's been a whole lot of fun. See this thing not auto-replacing, right? It fits the criteria, but it's just not doing it on its own. Yeah. I'll just do this. Bop. Oh, can't click it. Bop. There it is. I don't know if that worked. It doesn't look like it worked, but I'll have to send it to the scrapyard myself. This is what it is. Bye-bye.